ridiculousness now of this Afghan story, because not only is it going to cost us 8 billion quid for the error of one Royal Marine who hit the wrong button, but also it is now going to cost us in excess of perhaps another 1 or 2 billion because now the people that we rescued want to sue us because they found some human rights lawyers. Brilliant, isn't it? Let's talk now to Brigadier Ed Butler, former SAS commanding officer and of course chair of We Serve. Ed, very good to see you.
Morning, Mike.
And you brought somebody with you who is Hannah Saunders, entrepreneur, Dragon's Den person. Do you get a special name for it? Dragon's Den
wear a badge.
Something, you know, like contestant, is it?
I feel like I should get some kind of medal
absolutely
for going in there.
Yeah, fantastic. So anyway, listen, before we talk about We Serve, which is launching today, officially, finally, which is brilliant, Brigadier, I've got to talk to you about this Afghan story, because obviously you were serving there, you were in charge of the SAS there. The numbers game is what kind of puzzles me, because obviously we've now been told 18,500 people have come in because they were on this list, but clearly all of them probably weren't legitimately possibly working for British forces, were they?
No, that's what it seems to be. That, you know, the list was leaked, which shouldn't have happened, and that's an issue on its own. Yeah. But the fact seems to be that 20,000 Afghans have come into this country when actually there's only probably 4,000 or so who are actually eligible, who served alongside British forces in Afghanistan, did an outstanding job for us, enabled all our activities. They were interpreters, as you know, and so the leak happened. Yep, that was a mistake. Shouldn't have happened. Yeah. I think the injunction in the first place seems to be correct. Something's happened. We want to lock it down. That seems
fair enough. Yeah,
find out what the scope of
the Ben Wallace one seems to be fine. It's the Grant Shapps one that I'm troubled by.
Yeah, so from then onwards, I'm not quite sure why this super injunction had to be in place. Yeah. And then we've had this rather chaotic situation of denial, cover-up. Yeah. It's not me, not sure what's going on. Right. And I think, you know, it's so important, you know, that we look after those people who serve and serve alongside us. Right. And the Afghans fought and died alongside British servicemen, so we owe them a duty to bring them back. We brought back quite a lot under the Arab scheme, as it was known, the relocation resettlement scheme, but a lot of them have had real difficulty. And if people don't trust you to look after them, then that is really damaging for our nation and for our security. And we had the debacle of the Afghan withdrawal from Kabul in 2021, which sent shockwaves amongst our allies who are saying, are we going to trust you again in the future? And that is so important now, when we've got a common enemy in Russia. We're trying to build a coalition. Will people trust us to stick with them, not just during a fight, but after that? And that links on again, and you and I have talked about this, of the Northern Ireland Legacy Act and the Afghan inquiry. The governments, successive governments, have not backed our servicemen and women, and that is outrageous.
And that is also something that people are telling me at the moment this week, that, you know, all very well and good to say we must look after the people that helped us in Afghanistan, but what about the people that were sent out there from here? You know, because we're not really helping them very much. Some of the servicemen who have come back, and part of We Served is all about that. Looking after your own troops and looking after your own, you know, military people who have served their country willingly, you know, fought and sometimes been injured, sometimes been hurt, sometimes has lost their lives and limbs and all the rest of it. But they're saying, well, hang on a minute, you know, these people coming in from Afghanistan are getting better treated. They're being given houses, they're being given, you know, free stuff, you know, everything that they can be handed to. Maybe that's what should happen, but it doesn't happen if you just come out of the army, does it?
No, I mean, and that's the point of what we're setting up with We Serve. We know we're building a community, and we want to look after our veterans from the day they leave until the day that they die, and look after them through all the things which they want to do. And as you know, the primary aim of We Serve is to give people a job. Yeah. And that's what you want. You leave the military, you want to get a job. You want to have a successful second career. If you have a job, you're less likely to, you know, get into difficulties, financial, mental health and everything else. But more importantly, we want to build a community where people can come together, and then we want to be able to provide our veterans with rewards, discounts, whether it's in health, whether it's in insurance, housing, access to GP services and the like. But the community piece is really important. On the other side of this is to provide our companies and corporates access to verified and accredited veterans who've got all huge amount of skills and experiences, management skills, professional skills, but they have access to that. So we're building this marketplace, Mike, which is really exciting. We launched this afternoon, and we've done lots of work. It's been going on for the last 2 years, and today we go live. And the data which we've gathered from over 200,000 people in the veteran community saying this is what we need and want. We want to have a trusted community where we can come in, meet up with our former colleagues and get these benefits, whether it's a job, discounts and everything else.
Okay, brilliant. Hannah, you've joined in as well. Sorry to not speak to you yet. So how long have you been involved with We Serve then?
So I've been involved with We Served about 5 months now.
Okay.
And I'm their head of marketing, and I am really excited to be part of this, because to your point, we don't, as a cultural thing, we don't particularly look after our veterans. Right. I've been out in the States, and I've worked out there, and the recognition you get for serving your country, because at the end of the day, the people that sign up, you're signing up to say, I would be willing to die for my country. And we can talk about combat roles and the various different roles that people perform in the military. But that's what we all sign up to do, and that should come with an element of recognition and reward. And I'll never forget when I got in a taxi when I was in my RAF uniform with an American lady, and she wouldn't let me pay for the taxi. Right. And I sort of, being British, thought like, oh, no, of course I'll pay my way. No, thank you for your service. Of course I'll pay for you. And this is a step towards really recognising our veterans. Yeah. And we're not just mad, bad, sad. We, as Ed's point, we come out with lots of different skills. I definitely wouldn't have been able to go into Dragon's Den pre-RAF. Right. It taught me so much resilience, determination, confidence, public speaking. And so veterans are a real asset, and that's what we're really trying to say. And we're supporting the whole veteran community. You get charities in silos, and they're great, and they're very much needed. They have their place. We are the digital home for every veteran. And that's what I'm really excited about today, and why I really wanted to get involved with this. Yeah,
no, it's a fantastic project. I mean, I've been talking to you, Andre, about it for probably a couple of years, as you say, Ed. So, I mean, in terms of what actually happens today, then it's a launch. It's a launch, obviously, online. What happens if somebody isn't in there? If somebody isn't in the space yet, how do they get there?
Well, what we want to do, it will go live this afternoon. They sign up, they register. They just need some proof that they were in the military, an ID card, their discharge papers or whatever. They log that in. They put their details in, and then they'll get access to a jobs board. And we've got 900 jobs from Oracle already pledged. Wow. We've got 2,000 from, I can't mention the name, from a major defence contractor. Okay. We've got the Property Institute with over 1,000 jobs they're going to put on there, and that's to look after all the properties which they manage in London and elsewhere. So that's great for an ex-serviceman.
You're doing better than the government.
This is about people who've worked in logistics. Because the old quartermaster. These guys and ladies will be able to go into there and say, look, I've done all this before. I can do it for you. And we've got an exciting development in the Middle East who want to offer opportunities to our servicemen and women, former servicemen and women. So that's on the employment side, which is really exciting. And what I want to my ask for today is that companies look at We Serve and say, right, we've got this huge community of veterans, accredited veterans. Yes. I want to have access to that, not just because I want to give them a job, because I know the skills they have, but also if I've got a large bunch of subscribers, then I can offer them discounts, whether it's on holidays, on health, on insurance, financial service and the like. So it's a great marketplace. On one side, the veterans, on the other side, the corporates and companies who can offer our very deserving veterans a better opportunity than they're getting now. Okay.
And Hannah, what do the veterans that you've spoken to tell you about what they want out of all of this? What are they not getting?
So I think when we surveyed the veterans community, 76% felt that they didn't have that community, and it's a very unique thing. It's a very nuanced thing. When you join the military, you're part of this family. You're part of something. It's so much broader than just your day job. It becomes part of your identity, and then we say we're going to take that massive part of your identity and just drop you into civvy street, and then you don't have this community around you. To some people, it really is family. So 76% said they really want a community from what we're doing. So we've set up our own, essentially, social community ourselves. 82% said that they felt the benefits available to veterans weren't very good,
right,
because often they're then opened out to a very wide range of people, and I have great respect for people that work in the NHS, but this is a very different group of people.
Yeah.
So let's get really, really good discounts for an exclusive group of people who really earned it, and that's why we're so hot on the verification process. You do need to verify you're a veteran. We're pretty sure nobody can get in that isn't, but that means we can do really, really good discounts, not 5% here and 10% there. And it's free to join, but we've got an absolutely incredible health and wellbeing subscription, which I won't go into all the detail because there's so much, but it's $4.99 a month and it's 24/7 GP. It's unlimited mental health therapy, it's online physiotherapy, because we really do want to help our veterans with the things they actually need.
Yeah, absolutely. And housing, of course, is a big thing as well, isn't it? There's homeless veterans. I mean, have you been able to get them kind of enrolled in some way, shape or form, or has that been more difficult?
No, I mean, we've got an ongoing initiative running actually on the Isle of Wight. We're saying actually we want to provide housing for them, but we also want to get them on to come and help us build these houses, whether it's on the construction side, the electricians, the plumbers and everything else. So it's a win-win for both of them, both parts of that, and we want to roll that out. But, you know, if you're a mortgage provider and you can have access to, you know, hundreds of thousands of veterans, there's 5.1 million veterans and their families. Yeah. So you as a veteran can sign up, and 4 members of your family. So that's benefits goes to everyone. There's over 5 million of those individuals in the country. Right. So that's a huge marketplace to access. So if I'm a mortgage provider, for example, or an insurance provider, if I can get access to 10-20% of it, then I do really well. Yeah. But the point I want to stress as well, you know, we're all veterans in We Serve. This is a commercial proposition, but every single person who's part of this organisation has had a successful second career. We've learnt the hard way, we've had our ups and downs in it, but we've had successful careers. And that's what we think is so important. We want to feed that back, and so hence this is for veterans by veterans. Yeah. But we want to make it much, much better for people who've served their country to have a fruitful, prosperous and healthy second career.
Tremendous. It's such a great thing. I'm so happy that it's finally launching. It's really good, really good. So, great to see you. Good luck with it. Are you having a few glasses of champagne later, perhaps?
Probably, yeah.
Ed Butler, the Hand and Soldiers, thank you very much indeed. WeServe.com, right?
That's right.
Go and
sign up today.
Sign up today. And if you've got any jobs going, you know, get in touch as well.